from beautiful downtown at the old firehouse in North Manchester, Indiana. It's Good Night with Christopher Blue. Here's your host, Christopher Blue.
Hello and welcome to Good Night with Christopher Blue. Give me my cord. There we are. Hi, I'm Christopher Blue, and we have a wonderful show for you tonight. Tonight, Reverb is going to come out here and we're going to talk directly to brand new real-life superheroes and kind of give you guys advice on what it's like to join the community and how you can earn some respect points in the real-life superhero community. So let's get him out here, my best superhero pal, Reverb! Reverb, how you doing, buddy?
Dandy.
Now, we tried to set this up to where you didn't actually have to pull the mic around. If you just speak up, you should be fine. You are the king of this show as of right now, but I'm coming for that crown.
Good luck.
Yeah. Anywho, you were new to the real-life superhero community once. I was new to the real-life superhero community. It's a big one. I was new to the real-life superhero community once. And, we both know what it's like to earn people's respect and find our place in the community. But it took some time, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
For sure. It's funny because I'm now in a position. We're both in a position where we've been doing this, a third of our life, at least, and I'm now seeing new real life superheroes come onto the scene, acting kind of how I used to act when I first started out. And I thought this would be a great time for us to give some advice to the newcomers on what they need to be doing to really earn their way into the real-life superhero community. Would you even say that I'm saying that right, to earn your way into the community?
I'd say it sounds about right. I mean, once you start the work, you're in the community, but you're well, I guess I wouldn't say community, but part of the movement.
Right.
So yeah, I guess you're saying it right.
So I just remember, when I first started out, I was doing the litter patrols and whatnot, and I kind of just expected to be welcomed with open arms, given the same respect as Razorhawk or Geist, who were kind of the pillars of the community at the time. But that was just so wrong. I shouldn't have expected that. And so I guess tip number one is to, don't view what you're doing to be as... See, I want to be careful how I word this because I also don't want to insult anybody. When you're just starting out, don't think that what you're doing has the same weight as someone who's been out there, for a while. Don't think that your experience is worth more than the experience of those who have been doing it.
Yeah, when I actually joined the community, it was after a YouTube video, Shadow Hair.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've said before, I had been doing this since I was about 11.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I joined the community, I had already had 7 to 8 years experience. So I wasn't necessarily just starting. I wasn't brand new to it. But when someone gave advice that I hadn't thought of before, that's a good idea. I'm going to listen to that. Like no matter how long you've been doing this, there's always more to learn, new ideas to get. No matter how great you think you are or how awesome you think your ninja costume looks, if someone's trying to give you advice, especially someone that's been doing it, longer or has more experience, maybe listen to them.
Yeah, it sounded like you were like trying to add on to my point, but I think you made a whole second point. Always keep your mind open to learn.
Absolutely.
Don't think that your way of doing things, whether it's you're in Reverb's case where you've been doing it but you haven't come out into the community or whatever, or if you're just starting altogether, find those who are doing what you want to do and actually learn from them. Don't think you have all the knowledge and don't expect to give advice to people who, again, it does really add on to the first as well as being its own point. But like Reaver was saying, take the time to learn from other more experienced real life superheroes, and don't let that be a pride thing. Which again, I think we're building, but at the same time we're creating a new rule here. Don't be prideful. Oh man. There's
I don't know if I've said this before. But when my group and I had started, they'd looked up to me. I was the one they could count on. I was they would follow my lead. They would listen to what I said. I was the person to, try and follow.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had it in my mind. I was like, I gotta stay on top. I gotta stay the best. And then I found out there's this entire community, and it wasn't so much of an ego or a pride thing, but I was like, it's great that there's other people out there, but that's a lot of people to try and be better than. And at some point, I had seen Dill and heard about Dill and saw him on videos and
old superhero for those who don't know.
Old superhero. And right there, like it kind of clicked in. I was like, I'm never gonna be the best, because that guy right there is, he is the person to be like.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I don't have to push myself so hard. I can relax a little bit and I can stay at my level.
Yeah.
Like we're not competing with each other. We're all just trying to do the same work.
Right. And I loved what you were trying to say there, like understanding that like you don't have to be the best, you don't have to make yourself look better than any other real life superhero. We all should be working towards the same goals. We all should be on the same team as real life superheroes.
Absolutely.
And we should be working together, learning from each other. And if this is an ego thing for you, then you probably won't be invited.
Right.
You won't be as welcome, to be a part of conversations and whatnot.
Because we already know that it's not going to be about what work we can all do or ideas you have for everyone. It's going to be what you've done and how great what you've done is known. And I think I said the same thing twice with different words.
Yeah, probably, but that's okay.
Or like how what you've done is better than what other people have done. So even though it's the exact same as everyone else.
Right.
So yeah, no one's going to want to have you around. No one's going to want to invite you. Like you said, don't join this for fame or an ego boost.
Yeah. But the opposite, I think, is also true. Don't play down the good that you do. That's something that we end up doing. We've called it superhero syndrome.
Yeah.
So on the opposite end, don't think that what you're doing is is the best thing, but also understand that you are doing good, and be proud of that.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But yeah, just because you go out and I'm sorry. But just because you went out and you handed out 2 care packs and did pretty much nothing else for 3.5 hours, and then you check your Facebook feed and see that someone else helped a car accident victim or stopped a mugging or handed out 20 care packs, what you did was still good.
Right.
Because those 2 care packs you handed out, that's 2 more than that would have gotten handed out in your city if you weren't out there.
In fact, those 2 care packs that you handed out, those were 2 care packs that the person dealing with the car accident didn't hand out. So, every bit of good that you can do, understand that that's good. Let's see. Another tip, which I'm pretty sure we've used this term before, ninja lanties.
Yes.
Don't be a ninja lanty. No one's out here trying to beat up people and stay, in the shadows and.
So I do want to say something about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I have seen other people give advice to newcomers that are like, don't do stuff in the shadows. I think you're right. I put this too close. Don't hide in the shadows and don't wear black to try and hide and stuff. I do want to say that I have done work like that. Mm-hmm. And it's not always about being a ninja hiding in the shadows and waiting to jump out and punch someone and mm-hmm. fade back into the shadows. But many times it's just eavesdropping to confirm something or mm-hmm. Hear what's going on. Like, oh, okay, well, they're just talking about this. It's nothing I got to worry about. Or if they're talking about plans for something they shouldn't be doing, just stay there quiet, listen, and then when they leave, you can call the police and tell them what's going on where.
Right.
Or I know I've mentioned this before, but in high school, I wore a lot of black, like many high schoolers. Mm-hmm. But the black would come in handy. Sometimes it could be good intimidation to in high school, not necessarily always out in the field. Mm-hmm. But it is a good reason I've added the black. But people in school are like, oh, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's wearing scary clothes, and I don't think I'm going to do anything.
Right. Now, I do want to say, I wasn't necessarily saying that hiding in the shadows was the bad thing. It's more of the Batman mindset, where you're going to hop out, beat people up, and then
swing away,
retreat before the police get there. That's not what we're here trying to do. We're trying to be community activists. We're trying to, do good. And there are plenty of ways to stop crime and to prevent domestic violence and
Yeah.
all of that without feeling like you need to be the next Batman.
Like hiding to eavesdrop, or if you get outnumbered or something, or a situation's heading south, like I used the black to hide. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get out of this. I'm just gonna poke down here for a little bit and stay quiet until like that. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not. I mean, like, yeah, don't try to be Batman, but some of the stuff he does is a little useful.
Probably the number one thing I could say, and this is where we'll end it, and it is kind of a reiteration of what we've said. In fact, like I said, everything we've said today kind of bleeds into each other.
Start off that first one.
Even though it's separate tips, it's also like one
just
giant
like,
tip,
It's a tree with
it's
branches.
a tree. I love that. Whether you are experienced or just joining the community for the first time, unexperienced, find yourself someone who knows what they're talking about and learn from them. Take on a mentor, and don't be afraid to leave that mentor behind and find someone else that better suits your style of being a real life superhero. Always be always be learning, like we said before. I can't even remember everything we've said before. Don't try to be a ninjalante.
Don't undermine your own work.
Don't undermine your own work. Don't inflate your own work either. Don't sit. I lied. There is one that I'm surprised I didn't think of before. Don't just sit behind your keyboard and say that you do all this stuff, but then never do anything.
Yeah, there's quite a few people I've noticed. They have a uniform in their profile picture, and that's pretty much all they do. Is they'll post pictures of I'm sorry, go ahead. But they'll post pictures from comic books or movies, and then every once in a while they'll post a new picture of them in their uniform, like in their hallway or their bathroom or something. Or there's some you can look at their profile and you know that they suit up, they go downtown or down to a park so they can take a picture outside, and then they just go back home. Yeah. Don't do that.
Bottom line is, I know we said a lot of stuff you shouldn't do. We threw in some stuff that you should do, but no one's trying to gatekeep the community. We want to see the community grow and thrive, and we want the community to still be here when we are long gone. We need people to step up and do good and be good. And we are making this video today because we want to give you guys the best shot to be the best real life superheroes you can be. And do you have anything to add to that?
Nope.
Alright. Well, with that, that's our show. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified whenever we upload new content. Until next time, good night, my sweet baby angels. I'll see you tomorrow.